Okay. So Ty and I have been friends for
Wow, probably like, I don't know,
20 years? 18 years?
18 years.
18
probably,
years,
yeah.
yeah. And
like-
without question, he's my best friend in the whole wide world.
I absolutely adore him.
I absolutely adore him. So today we were talking about doing another video, and I said, "Oh, okay." So I sent him 5 questions, and I said, "Hey, I want you to answer these questions to find out how well you know me." And then he sent me 5 questions, and I answered those questions to see how well.
This will be interesting, right? So
It's
we'll
going to
see
be
what
very
happens.
crazy.
We might end up not being friends at all this is over, but we'll try.
We're going into it as still friends.
Okay.
Okay, so the first question is,
So
these are the ones I sent him about
Right.
me.
the first one's like the top 3 things that he dislikes the most. So
Okay, you want me to answer it?
yeah, please.
All right, so I hate racism.
Okay.
I hate disrespect.
Okay.
And I hate people that are not loyal.
See, and here's my 3 answers.
They're backwards. What are they?
They're disloyalty,
Yeah?
distrust,
Yeah.
and selfishness.
Yeah, no,
You make
that's
anyone who's
true.
really selfish.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
so
true.
I mean that's good, right? We got close to it, right?
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
So
Especially I don't understand how you can say that you're a friend to someone and then you stab them in the back.
or be loyal, right? My whole concept of being a friend is like you are there for them through thick and thin.
Yes.
Especially when they're not around, somebody's talking, I don't know, any kind of like bad stuff about them, or even like putting anything that's not true about them. Your
Yeah.
job is to stand in and say, okay, this is my friend.
Right.
I know well enough to know that that's not true. So
Right. Well, yeah, and I think the big thing with me is that you can have an opinion about somebody, that doesn't mean it's mine.
right,
And
absolutely right.
and especially in your case, I mean, I would give my life for you.
Yeah, but there are times when I've been out with somebody you didn't like, and you thought, okay, well, that's between you and that person. And I
Well,
understand
yeah,
that. So,
absolutely, and I support you through it. And every
Right.
time you made that choice, it was a mistake.
You're right about that. I came to my senses eventually. So,
But
yeah.
I mean, you gotta love people through their mistakes too.
And you know what you taught me about that? It's
What?
like there's always 2 ways to look at each story.
Yep.
I'm thinking, well, my way is the right way because that person did me some disservice and did me some harm. But in actuality, what prompted that? What did I do to even make
And what did
that
you learn
happen?
from it?
That sometimes you have to just listen
Yeah,
and be open
yeah.
to like, you know, just like not criticism, but like some feedback that you may not necessarily want to hear.
Mhm.
That makes me a little, I thought it made me a better person. So that
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I attribute that to you. So thank you for that. I grew a little bit in that 1 hour or so back then.
Okay, what's the next question?
Number 2 is probably going to be what you love most in this world.
Oh. I love my kids the most in this world, and I love my friends.
Okay, that's good. My
My
answer
kids and my
was
friends,
that
yeah.
you love being able to bring joy to others
Oh,
by
that's true.
educating them
Yeah.
on life lessons and elevating their thinking. Like an
Yeah.
example is like, well, again, like what I just said earlier, like, okay,
Yeah.
there's 2 ways to look at each story.
Yeah.
So your whole, I think, premise is like, okay, well, if I can help somebody think differently about something or elevate them and make them feel better
Mm-hmm.
about what they're doing in life, that's really a bonus for you, I think.
My whole thing is this: it's easy to tear yourself down.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I really appreciate and that I learned not early enough, but that I learned is that there's always a lesson in it. And
yeah.
it's easy to beat yourself up, but what if there's an experience from it that you can actually take away? That's the lesson in it. And
Yeah.
so anytime someone's beating themselves up, I hate that. And the
I
reason why I
agree.
do is because that's a cop-out. And, you know, it's like, what did you learn from it? How are you going to be a better person from this? A mistake's a mistake.
Right.
But you can't stay there because then you're a victim. If you're a victim, you're not surviving it. You
Right.
got to survive it. You got to move on from it. You got to take those lessons. You got to learn those
I agree.
lessons, and then you got to move on.
I think people don't realize that it's the journey that really makes us
It
look better.
is the
people
journey.
we are, yeah, so-
Yes, 100%. But I do love my kids.
Yeah, you do. That's your number 1 thing.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah.
do love my kids.
So number 3 is, well, you know what? What's your greatest strength?
Ooh.
And that was a big one for me. So let's see how close you get this one.
Okay, I think one of my biggest strengths is not staying in the negative.
Okay.
To really look at the opportunity and the lessons in the situation and then move on from it. And I also think I'm very forgiving. Sometimes to a fault.
I mean,
I
you
mean,
cuss them out, then you'll forget them. Yeah.
yeah, that's true. But you know what
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
also
yeah.
say? My biggest weakness is when I build that wall up, I can't take it down.
Yeah.
And
But-
you know that.
Yeah.
You've seen me do
But what
that.
I do like about you is that you will actually offer a fig, what's it called, a fig leaf or something?
A fig leaf.
Yeah, you said, okay, well,
It's
let's
actually an olive
olive
branch.
branch.
but I
Let's
don't-
talk about it, right?
Yeah,
You
that's
said that,
true.
you're like, let's
That's
talk
true.
about it, and let's see.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's get to the root of it.
Yeah.
You're like, there's a symptom and there's a cause.
Always.
You know, so-
Well, and a lot of times I think people hype up. Everyone reacts to fear differently.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes they lash out, and that's a fear behavior. So for me, I want to understand what caused you to lash out.
Right.
Did I do something wrong? If I did something wrong, talk to me about
Right.
it. If I didn't do something wrong and you're just being an asshole, then
Based on insecurities, right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, everything in life is based off of fear and insecurities whenever it's negative, in my opinion.
I agree. So for me,
What did you put?
For me, I thought you have two parts to that, right?
Uh-huh.
In personal level, I think your ability to seek and connect with everyone or anyone, no matter race, creed, color, sexual orientation, you can talk to anyone. Like you've never met a stranger, I know that, right?
No.
And people tend to they gravitate towards you because you're that kind of person. On the professional level, I see you go into corporations and turn them inside out and make it productive.
Yeah, I love
for example, you like going into put new infrastructure in to any company and bring in they're hiring the people, you make the company soar. And I seen that, I thought, at Auto Trader, at Velocity, here at Ultimate, so you're doing all this stuff all the time. So when are you going to have your own business? Do it for yourself,
This year, actually.
Yeah,
this
that'd be
year.
great.
I'm excited about it.
Good.
No, that's true, and I think that there's so much value to people, and I think that people. This is the biggest thing that bothers me, and I've talked about this before socially, is anybody that discriminates against another person is because of their own fear, and their own inability to have an open mind. I will tell you, some of the most amazing people in my life come from a walk of life of very easily discriminating against them.
Mm-hmm.
I think my disadvantage is I'm a white guy.
But you recognize
and people
that.
see me and they automatically think, oh, well, he's not going to get it. He's white. That has nothing to do with it.
Right.
And for me, I am so open-minded and I'm so embracing of every walk of life.
You are.
It makes my life better.
I would agree with that. What I like about you the most is that when you hire these new people in, it's always you make sure you have every demographic, right? But of course, you have to be smart and intelligent and able to actually do the job. But you okay, well, let's bring this person of color in and see what they can do, right? Where on another, I think somebody else would be like, okay, well, but you give people the opportunities
I
to
mean,
excel.
we were friends for 15 years before I found out you were black.
I still don't know that. You kidding me? No way.
I had no idea.
So yeah, that's what I appreciate mostly about you as well. So the last question for you is going to be, what's the one thing you would change if you could?
No, there's another one after that. Oh no, you're right. What could I change if I could? I think the biggest thing that I would like to change.
right.
Oh, what?
Good. Sorry.
No, the biggest thing I would like to change. My big thing is I think people are so dismissive of homelessness. So what I mean by that is there's so many kids on the streets that are LGBT and LGBTQ, and their families just thrown them to the side, and it's all because of that whole thing we're talking about of them being different.
Right.
And if I had a house big enough, I would take in every gay, transgender, questioning, queer person that I could, just to let them know that life is not going to be as bad as it could be.
Yeah, because
And that's the biggest thing that scares me, is that as a society, we turn our back on that stuff, and you have here's the thing, you have 15-year-old kids that are kicked out of their home because they're transgender. And then we judge them because they're homeless, and then we judge them because they're starving to death, and what do they turn to?
streets.
The streets.
Right.
What happens on the streets? They could very easily get pulled into drugs, prostitution, all of these other things, and they were like, oh, they're a prostitute. Well, you know what? They're starving to death.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly. They're surviving. You can't judge that. That's not fair for society to sit back and judge people that are trying to make the best out of the life that they've been dealt. And that's the thing that I would change the most.
Are you thinking more along for the teenage transgenders that are
Yeah.
having problems? So because
No, not necessarily the teenage church. Well, I mean, initially, yes, because youth, the thing with youth is that at 14 and 15, you really don't have the ability to find a job. You really don't have the ability to even know where to start to find a job. You go from being at home to on the streets.
Yeah.
But then society, as you get older, let's say you're 18, society views transgenderism as an oddity in a lot of ways. And I don't. I mean, I have to tell you, my life is so unbelievably full and blessed, and
with all kinds of people.
Yes,
I know that.
I mean, some of the most powerful people I've ever met in my life are transgender, and so many people are not willing to open their minds to see that.
But you know, we live in a climate now, barring our president and all that stuff. Like, people are turning back all these different laws and rules and stuff for transgenders, even in the army. I think that there's no protection anymore, right?
Yeah.
So you think about transgenders not having the ability to actually feed themselves, or like when they're kicked out of their family's home. What can we possibly do to make this transition, or this like coming of age or whatever, and make it for them better? How do we do that?
Look at people as people.
You know,
a transgender person is a person.
Yeah, of course.
Any person is a person, and I will tell you right now, on any battlefield, in any place in life, I would much rather have somebody that has had struggles in life protect my back and have my back.
I would agree with that.
Than someone that has never understood what adversity is about.
Back to the
and so all this garbage about differences is quite frankly, it makes me sick.
Well,
because you and I have a bond that nobody will ever be able to break. But I mean, if you look at us societally, we're very different, but we're not. I mean, our hearts are the same.
Right.
And no one's ever been able to come between us. I can't even think of a time that you and I have ever disagreed.
No.
I mean, we talk, we share our differences, and we go, okay, I see that, and okay, I see where you're coming from. I don't agree, but we're
always open to listening and understanding.
Always. And we don't judge each other.
And we don't talk
honestly, I think that's the thing, is you can't judge people.
But
because you don't know the shoes they've walked in.
And you can't walk into it and think, okay, well, I am right, you're wrong, here's why.
Right. Right. And so I mean, honestly, if you want to know what I would change in the world, that would be it.
That's awesome.
I really don't want people to be so heavily judged for being who they are.
Okay, so one more thing I did forget about that. Okay. You're right.
Yeah.
The one thing I could do in this world if I had the chance. What's the one thing you want to do if you had the chance in this world? The one thing, other than that, change the LGBT. But I think I knew what it was.
Gosh. I would save every animal in the world.
Well, think about for yourself, though. What do you want to do for yourself to not self-promote, but be, doesn't have to impact the entire world.
You know what I mean? For me,
what do you want to do to be like?
I would love to be a person that people feel safe with, that they can talk to, and that they can reach out to, and know that no matter what you're going through, someone will be there for you. That's what I would love to be.
What do you call an organization that you can actually have that's where you can actually set up these organizations and do that? What's that called?
Like nonprofit.
Yeah, nonprofit. Yeah. You thought about doing that?
Yeah. Well, I have one, and it was for kids that were autistic, like my son.
Oh, right.
And it went really well. And that's how I met Matthew in Australia.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I met Matthew.
Cool.
And but yeah, I would love to set up a million different nonprofits. But even beyond that, just anybody would want to reach out to me and say, hey, I've got a problem and I need help because of X, Y, Z. I would, oh my gosh. Right. Do you know how people's lives would change if they just had someone to believe in them?
Wouldn't it be great to have a safe haven somewhere for kids like LGBT coming out or being thrown out of their homes at an early age, to go in, okay, I'm safe here, I feel better, and have education built around all that too for them?
Yep, absolutely. I mean, it's amazing because I have someone in my life right now, and I've said to him, you can come in my house and be yourself. You can wear your heels, you can wear wigs, makeup. I don't care. I could care less. That's not what defines you. No. That's your self-expression. What defines you is your heart and your soul and your capacity to love other people.
Agreed.
So for me, it's just having someone that can believe in things that others don't necessarily think that they should be.
Or that's normal.
There's no,
you know, but they.
Oh my
people,
God.
But black and white for some people are like, you're normal, I'm not. You're normal.
I don't even know what normal is. I mean, what's normal?
Right? Look at our president, right? I'm
Right.
just kidding. But you know,
I don't even know what normal is. I hope I'm not normal because that sounds very boring.
Right? My thought for you, like I've always heard you talk about how you want to buy your own property and have your own business.
I do.
So I thought that's what you probably want to do. And that's how you can change the world, actually.
Yeah.
By building or even a nonprofit and helping these people you're talking about.
Yeah, I know you're right.
You should totally do it one day.
No, you're totally right. You're 100% correct. Yeah.
So,
and then that's what I really hope to do. Okay, let's go to your question.
So that's what I know you so well. Thanks.
Yeah, you do. Good job.
All right, so you got the questions for me, remember?
Right? Yeah, but yeah,
okay.
put them on here. All right, what's the first question?
What makes you feel loved?
Ooh. See,
what makes me feel loved?
I didn't go into as much detail as you did because
I'm
a very bullet point person.
You are, yes.
I think that what makes you feel loved is someone that's going to support you and believe in you no matter what.
That's 100% right. Somebody's like, I feel like for you are to me, you're like that. I can just turn to you for anything, advice. You're my counselor, my lawyer, my everything, right? And I think, well, for being an adopted child, you don't really have that in life, you know? You kind of feel like, okay, somebody's gonna just throw me out eventually, like they're gonna get tired of me or whatever. And I grew up like that, feel that way my entire life. But when I finally have a friendship, a real friendship, somebody who like likes me and loves me and like feels like I'm a family, that's what I really feel like. So yeah,
well, you know, I tell everybody that you're my brother, even though we live nothing alike. But
I know, right? Kind of.
I've never had that familial connection like you and I do.
Right.
Where I know that I could call you in the worst scenario and you'd be like, I'm on my way.
Absolutely.
And you know, you've
vice
done that
versa
with me.
Yes, we have.
A couple of times.
Yes, and you built me out of, we won't go there, right?
No, never.
Several hundred times.
No, but you know, it's funny. And it's funny because there's such a part of my heart that only wants to protect you, and that's why I'm like, okay, what do you need? I'm on it.
And you're always there for me.
Well, because you're always there for me too.
I mean, the advice, the pulling me up out of the trenches, and like being able to tell me, okay, well, you should think about things this way, Ty, not that way. No,
you do the same for me.
Vision. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely, it's the same way.
So number two,
what's the next one?
What is the one thing you would do if you could for the rest of your life? Me? What would be? What do you think?
Be a star.
Yes, that's true. I'm serious. You're so right. You know, when I was small, I wanted to be a singer, an actor. I really want to be like something big to like impact people, like but to bring them entertainment and joy.
Yeah.
That's just like a black thing, but I really wanted to do that.
No,
it's like, okay.
That's a human.
I mean, I grew up in the church, so I thought, okay, I see how people respond to other people's like energy, right? And I thought, but I want to be that.
But you are, and that's the thing about it. I've never been somewhere with you where you don't create a positive experience for somebody else.
I try to everywhere.
You always do.
Yeah, I think that's what our job is. Like
you will walk up to a complete stranger and say, "Oh my God, I like your shoes."
You know, like the girl we were doing the rumble. So you want to get married to me? Remember that? We were at the I fell into her lap though.
Right.
It was fun though. Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's the same energy too though. When I first saw that news, like when you first came to Auto Trader and your first day there, I think Rod Bounds, one of our directors, actually had you talk to all the staff, and you were like just like comfortable and normal, and like just like had stories and different like you know, they were like fun. I thought, I want to be like this guy.
You know, here's the thing.
It's natural.
And you know this about me. My whole thing with work is that we're people.
And people don't see that. They see you as you're this, you're
no, we're all people. At the end of the day, we're people. And we just happen to have jobs.
People respond better when you connect with them like that.
And I don't believe in hierarchy, and you know that.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, and I mean, I can't do your job, and you can't do mine, and that's perfectly fine.
But you will support them, and that's
100%. 100. I don't believe in disrespect, and so for me, I completely agree with you.
That's good. Okay, number three. Yeah. What do you think my greatest fear in life is? Oh boy.
I know the answer to this one, no question.
Tell me.
Getting older.
No.
Yes, it is!
That's one of my fear, but not really the fear. The fear is being totally left alone.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Totally left alone.
Yeah,
so,
that's true. I'll never let that happen. No.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, getting old, oh my God. I'm so glad this never cracks.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. You look the same as you did
20 years ago.
Oh my God, I don't know how to do that. Except for the line of your car's not as dark.
True. I cut my hair off, that's why. Okay, so you know this one.
All right,
what is the one thing I would change, or 4 things I change about myself that would make me happy? You're talking about it all the time, don't I? So what's the one thing out of those 4
I
different
couldn't
things?
come up with one. It was all of these things.
You're right. It's every one of those
Yeah,
things.
it's your nose, it's your smile, lose weight, I want a boyfriend.
Yeah, it's all those things.
It's right.
Collectively. So the one thing, I don't know. I think I just want to be able
There's
to.
not one thing.
There's not one thing. It's like, but you hit every target. Like, so
But
you're right.
I will say
I
this.
go through phases though.
The only thing that you do, you right before we even started talking, you had a phase.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. You know me so well. And lastly, if you get into an argument with a friend over your best friend when they weren't around, would you stand up for your best friend?
So I said, that's a stupid question.
Right.
Of course.
Right?
I mean, even if I know that you're wrong, I'm still going to defend you.
I would too, actually.
Because somewhere in there's logic that I might not understand in the
Right.
moment, but it doesn't matter. Because I just did that,
Right.
not just the other day. And I'm like, you know what? And
I'm not messy, really. I'm not. Just happening.
No, but I shut it down because,
Yeah.
you know, if you're not there, I'm going to defend you. I'm going to, you know, there's more to the story. Let me bring Ty in. Let me call him. But, we really don't get in those situations very often. Because we don't
socialize those kind of circles with
not
some
those
people.
if people don't like you, then I don't like them.
Well, people ask me if anything about you, I'll say, yeah, he's this and he's that, and always elevate you, right? People that are actually poking around wanting negative stuff, I go, something's up with that. What's going on?
Yeah.
So, I said, I'll tell you to be careful there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And that'd be the same thing. Mm-hmm. But, you know, even whenever you make decisions to go ahead and move forward with things, I'm always there. I'm always going to support you.
Right.
I love you so much. But I do say, at the end of the day, even if I feel like you were wrong, I'm still going to support you with whatever the decision was.
You will tell me I'm wrong, though. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I know. You're like, okay, well, you may have thought differently about this because look at where we are right now.
Right, but I think we do it to each other. And I think that's why we are such a good balance with each other.
Well, I try to be honest. I'm always open and honest with you no matter what the situation is. I've got to be.
You know
to a point where sometimes you might think, well, no, here's the deal. I was like, well, no, Greg. Here's what I'm seeing.
And you know what? I'm gonna. We can conclude with this. I'll tell you this. I never thought I would have a relationship like I do with you, in the sense that there's nothing I can't tell you that I will not have to be fearful of being judged.
Oh my God.
I never worry about that with you, and have we not been through it?
Yes, we have.
We have been through it,
up and
back,
down,
and oh my
God, it's back around again.
There's so many things we've been through, but at the end of the day, I never doubt your support and love for me.
Oh, same here, never. I mean, you proved yourself over and over and over again, and no one's done that for me but you. So I appreciate that.
And I will tell you this: you know, if I die tomorrow, I know that I absolutely have had the most amazing and blessed relationship with you.
Oh,
and I'm so
sweet.
thankful
Thank
for
you.
that.
I adore you. I love you. Thank you.